Alright, so in this problem we have x minus -4 equals -6. So let's start out by drawing a hanger diagram. So we have x, which I'll use the circle, and then we have minus -4. Well, remember, subtracting a negative is the same thing as adding a positive. So I'm going to put +4 on here. And then over here, we have hanging, balanced is a -6. All right, so if I reason with using the hanger diagram, what's hanging with x? Well, 4 is, so I'm going to subtract 4 from this side, which means I have to subtract 4 from this side. -6 minus 4 is the same thing as -6 plus -4. So this would end up equaling -10. So we get a solution of x equals -10. Well, let's come over here and look at this with the equation. Let me start out by erasing this. Okay. So if we're looking at this, the first thing I want to do is get rid of subtraction because it gets very confusing with subtraction. So like I said before, I'm going to change that to addition and then take the opposite of that. That was the copy change opposite, or subtracting a negative is the same thing as adding a positive. All right, so now what I'm really looking at is x plus 4 equals -6. Well, I want to get this x by itself, so I'm going to put the upside down t so I can see what I'm doing to both sides. I have a +4 here. I'm going to put a -4 with it, because a +4 and a -4 are going to make 0, and that gives me my x is isolated. If I put -4 on the left-hand side, I have to put -4 on the right-hand side, or subtract 4, and this would be the subtraction property of equality. So here the 4's cancel each other out. There's 0. That's a 0 pair. So we're left with x equals -6 minus 4 is the same thing as -6 plus -4, and that's going to give me -10. So now I'm going to go back to the original equation, plug in the -10, and see if I did it correctly, if I got the correct solution. So remember, my original equation was x, which I'm going to put in -2, minus -4. Does this equal -6? Well, -10 minus a -4, subtracting a negative, is the same thing as adding a positive. So now I have -10 plus 4. The signs are different, so I'm going to subtract. 10 minus 4 is 6. I have 10 negatives and 4 positives, so this means I have more negatives. And I end up with -6 on the left, and I have -6 on the right. So therefore the solution is correct, that x equals -10.